Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another unpopular opinions video. It's been a minute since I did one. I think I've only done one since this whole year, which is kind of crazy. I do it every couple months. Yes, we take it back 2016 types vibes. But today I actually have a theme, okay? Venus is in Libra, cuffing season is coming, and I'm like, why don't I do unpopular opinions relationship edition? I think these are common sense. Some of these are actually unpopular, I feel like, and I feel like a lot of these are undecided. I've probably covered some of these before in my videos, but there's new people and I always got time to go in depth. So let's go. With this specific topic too, this is also a disclaimer. Nobody's relationship has to look like mine. That's why we're not dating. Okay? Okay, Queen, anything you think is not a big deal or whatever, good thing we all have our own love lives and can pick who we want. Right? Okay, starting off strong on my first one. The opinion is I think promise rings are overrated. Honestly, I don't hear about these too much in my personal life now. Like in my recent relationships or like love life, that idea has never really came up. But when I was younger, I remember like friends wanting promise rings and like the story I said. I'ma plug it. Dating this delusional boy who thought me buying us like cute matching crystal rings was me buying him a ring. Yes, you heard that right. A man thought I bought him a ring. I was just as gagged as you are. Go watch that after. But I think the idea of a promise ring like makes no sense to me personally. You date someone from the moment, well, for me, from the moment you slide in my DMs, we're together. Okay, let me stop. No, but like come with no nothing like you should be from the time we are in the DMs. I'm a talking to one person at a time type girl. Men already annoy me like talking to five sounds like, you know what I'm saying? Um, but you're loyal, you're talking to each other from when you're dating in a relationship, blah 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 blah. And also maybe I'm a little just triggered from my past. I'm a very acts of service types girl. Maybe for some people this is a very affirmative um affirmative gift, like, oh, I promise, and then it's like, to me, low key, it's like, what are you promising? Because with an engagement ring, it's like, oh, we're engaged now, we start planning the wedding, now you're going to be my wife. What does a promise ring promise? Like, I feel like the promise word really gets me as someone who is a vet from love bombing, from getting love bombed, like especially my first time in love when I was super like innocent and impressionable. I don't really like relationship promises. I know a lot of people are like, when you meet the right guy and you just know, like, oh, they actually mean what they say, or like whatever happens, we're actually like, I know we're gonna get this. I know for a fact he's never do this, blah blah. And it's like, when you know. I've never known, so maybe when I get to that, but like promise, like I promise we're gonna be together forever. I promise this, this, and this. How can you promise this? We're in the now, ho. Okay, am I just like, am I being skeptical or am I being real? Like I don't really understand what a promise ring promises. But like I said, some people want that. I'm not, if that's something you want, but me personally, from a very skeptical girl with relationship background, I don't really see what the point of that is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Okay, my second unpopular opinion. I think this one is very split, but in certain communities, that this will lead into my next unpopular relationship opinion, is I think that you should live with someone before you get married. Now, do you guys know what I mean by certain communities have a very strong opinion on this, and I'm not part of that community. Okay, I don't get me wrong. 23 years old, longest relationship has been a year. I've never lived with a man or got to a point where I was considering it. Like my first two adult relationships just post high school. Like I still had teen in the age. I would go over to their house. They still live with family. The last relationship, if you guys know, you know. Anyway, I and that one wasn't that long. I've never gotten to the point where I was like, wait, yeah, we should live together. Also, I'm 23 years old in Southern California. Expensive. I've lived out of like my the house I grew up in before. Like I went to school, I lived with other family, but I've never like had like my own place paying all the bills, blah 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 to this point. So I'm like, I feel like because I've never had that, and that's another thing, how a lot of girls are like, you should have that before you move in with a man so you see how it feels. It's very complex. I feel like I'm kind of scared of living just by myself. I guess I wouldn't be all the way alone because I'd have Sully. He's sitting up there above me. Y'all know Sully, my kitty cat. But yeah, or with roommates. I don't know. I just feel like when it comes back to the relationship aspect, how a lot of people are like, I'm not, and again, I think this is a very personal choice for women. Like, I'm not criticizing anyone who's like, no, I'm waiting. Just personally for me, I don't know. Again, I'm a very skeptic lover girl. I feel like living with a man sounds so scary too. Again, maybe it's like when I get to the point where it's like, you guys are gonna be good. Because it's just like, don't move in with me and then do something stupid because you're getting out, not me. Like, what? What do you mean? Oh, this has happened before and we were both on the lease. You're getting out? Well, yeah, you gotta get out. But like, if push comes to shove, I'm getting like, there's no way I'm staying with someone I'm broken up. Like, I don't know. A lot of men, people are just so scary. Like the trifling things they will do or the positions they will put you in just to play with you. I feel like living with a man in general is scary. But again, when it ties back to like, oh, before you're married, I kind of feel like that's one of those things you should see before you're married because you're going to be living with this man forever and ever. Like that's how it's supposed to be. So I'm like, wouldn't you want to see like move in, see how do they do with rent? Are they responsible? Do they clean up? Do they listen to you? Do you guys like I feel like that is another step of like getting to know a person more to know if you want to marry them. I think a lot of people in my generation do this a little bit too fast. Like I said, my longest relationship has only been a year. That's long to some people, that's not long to other people. I don't know. I feel like I'd at least have to make it to 1 year with the man before I consider that. But even still, like I'm like, I don't feel like that's anything to be doing too soon. Because again, you don't know these people. You don't know these people. Like, I don't know, but I feel like that's like another learning factor that I feel like you should see before like, you know? What if like you move with them, you've never lived with them after marriage? And there's so many what ifs. Because it's like even if you did live with them, some people are still weird and can switch up after certain things. So it's like you can never really know, you know? But like I feel like it's a good thing to have eventually. Maybe at like halfway-ish point, right? Because I feel like to marry someone, I'd want to be with them for at least like 3, 4 years. So maybe, I don't know, like 2 years, try it out. Just depends on the situation. What do you guys think, though? What do you guys think? On to my next opinion, like I said about a certain community. Okay, as an atheist agnostic girl, if you're not new here, well, I believe in science, real life, what we could see right here. You heard me talking about astrology a little bit in the beginning. I have certain interests in little things that I think are like fun and can be insightful, but I don't believe religion, spirituality, whatever, anything you should 100% put your trust into and that everything is real. That's like a very short explanation of my beliefs, okay? I think, and I feel like I see this a lot, like it's so sad to me on social media, super young women, a lot of times manipulated by older men, or sometimes not. I think that a lot of like religious based marriages are delusional as hell. Hey, look at that pun when I don't even believe in it. No, I think a lot of them are delusional. Like, I want to give you guys one example. There was this girl that I used to see in videos of a YouTuber I used to watch when I was like a teenager. Okay, she was body banging, pretty openly bi woman. I think she used to like post her banging body, bikinis, stuff like that. She was just, yeah, I used to just see her collab and she was very like body positive, bi. And then I see her like 2 years ago on TikTok. And she had this viral, crazy religious opinion because I guess all of a sudden She married a guy. She met him six months in. They got married because of God and Jesus, and now she's not bi anymore, and now she believes in modesty. And if you're not modest, I don't, it was something along the lines where hella people were stitching her about calling something demonic or something. Cause no, because now I remember. So she had said all that, and then she also took a huge shot at people who struggled with mental health and was saying, you don't have mental health issues, you're just demonic, or those are just demons, like only demonic people who blah 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 have mental health issues. She said that in confidence and she posted it. Now she's saved. And I'm like, I think people with religious based marriages who end up like that are super, 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 super delusional. Like, I don't see it how a lot of people admire it. It's like, oh, when it's God or Jesus or Allah or whatever, you just know they can fix everything as long as it's. I think it's delusional. I think it's delusional because I'm a person who lives in real life, whether it is religion based or not. I think getting married to someone in 6 months is crazy. You don't know them yet. You don't know them. And like, oh, when God leads the way or God told us to, I don't believe in that stuff. I think a lot of, not all religious people, but I think a lot of them use that to be very manipulative of God told me this, a prayer told me this, and it's not, nobody told you that. It's what you want to do, and you're just using religion as a, to be like, yeah, it was a thought in my head, so it must have come from, so I'm gonna do it. Like they just use it to do what they want to do instead of saying, I just wanted to do this.
Stuff, clock it.
That's what I believe, and I think that's crazy. And we see even wilder examples. Like y'all remember that viral clip of it was like an older black couple, and they were talking about how they got through their marriage, how he was a serial cheater, but God told her to stay, and God took the demons out of him. Like, bro, like it's not funny. It's not funny. Like it is low key not funny because it's like she let that man drag her back and forth through the dirt in the name of religion, and she thinks it's real and she thinks it's okay and she thinks it all makes sense. Like I think especially to women, especially the Abrahamic religions, if you guys already know, it's just like they're just used to keep women in their place, like in a place, in like, and oppress them, especially in situations like that. I don't think it's beneficial. I just think it's like so delusional. No, just because God said so, we got it in 3 months. No, y'all just wanted to get married in 3 months. Okay. And then, especially for like the religious people, I think a lot of their motivation, again, being delusional, you, whether you're religious or not, or whatever you believe in, you have free will, like they be talking about, they want to like, but then they want to attack people for having free will. But then didn't he know they was gonna have free will? Anyway, you have free will, autonomy over your body, especially to women. Like I said, especially to women. I don't care what the preacher, pastor, your family, your ethnicity, people in your country tell you. You can do whatever the you want. You can dress how you want. You can do what you want with your body. You can have romantic experiences. It's your fucking life. Like no matter what religion you're in. And so many religions pound into women's head what they should not do, which contributes to, I feel like, purity culture and honestly culture and stuff like, and like I said, because a lot of religious women believe in like the whole waiting till marriage thing. Another reason why I think a lot of those marriages are so delusional is like y'all got married in 2 months because y'all wanna. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I know I'm not wrong. Like I know they would never say it out loud, but especially like the man pressuring this 32-year-old man pressuring this 19-year-old girl to marry him because blah blah, and he's already not a virgin. Like I'm over it. Like I feel like that is the root of a lot of theirs too. You can say it's God and it's whatever, but a lot of them do that because they feel like that's the right way to do things and they don't feel like they have autonomy and can do what the they want. And I'm here to tell you again, no matter what your beliefs are, you can, girl. Okay? I literally remember like that was something that helped me deconstruct. I was like, wait, that's kind of stupid. I was like, this is my body. Why? You know? Like, and I didn't grow up heavily religious or like with parents telling me that, but just knowing that like the religion I identified as thought like it's all these rules for my life. Literally, so many people think because of how aggressive I am sometimes in my approach, because again, I'm tired of it oppressing people and brainwashing people, especially women. People think like, oh, you're just so hurt and you have trauma and da da da. And I don't. At 18 years old, I literally thought, I was like, there's this rule book of rules I don't want to follow, that don't make sense, that are outdated to me, that are misogynistic. I don't want to follow this. So I guess I'm atheist agnostic. Like that was literally it. I was like, yo, this doesn't make sense and I'm not following it. I'm done. And that's how we got here 6 years later, 5 years later. This one I know a lot of people like to tussle with. When you're in a relationship, what you like slash follow on the media, on the net, matters. And Queen, don't let him convince you different. Okay? I look at relationships as don't do something you wouldn't want me to do, but also don't do something that they, whether, oh, that wouldn't bother me or this would bother me, but it bothers them and I'm telling you that, so stop it. Like people live to the, oh, it wouldn't bother me, and a lot of people who say that are liars. Like, man, I've experienced that from like so many men being like, oh, that wouldn't bother me, but then it's something in the same realm that bothers me and they don't understand it, and they're like, but that's not the same. But I think having empathy for the one you love and the one you're supposed to put above everybody else should be normal. Okay? You're not supposed to embarrass your partner in public. The internet is public. And if you want to slide in my DMs, open up that hidden followers king. Open it up, because I'm gonna look. I look before I even follow back to see what's tea, especially as a black woman in dating. I know y'all understand. Okay? Gotta make sure you're not falling back a coon, you're not falling back a little, you know what I'm saying? It's public. And also, like a lot of people say, like, yeah, it's public, but I'm gonna take it a step further. Don't embarrass me in private either. Like what? Like y'all already know how I feel about certain things. Like even if like the following is crazy, oh, it's privated because no one could see it. I don't care. It's still about the respect aspect. The respect aspect, okay? Just like, this other thing with the P is in private. Something that a lot of boys like to indulge in and look up on their phones. I don't do that in relationships either. I don't care if I never heard of it, blah, blah, blah. I should trust a grown man that I'm dating to not want to look at videos of other girls in that way. A lot of people don't understand like how crazy that is to like you have a wife, kids, all that, and that's what you're watching of someone else. And again, up for debate because some people are different. Some girls are like, I don't care. I like to watch that. I don't care if he does too. But I really don't like how I see a lot of times, like, again, because I'm for the girls. In relationships I've been in before, where a lot of times girls are not okay with it, they don't do it, and they just allow it from the man because they feel like they have to. And you don't have to, queen. Keep your foot on their necks. Okay? Yeah. Everything matters. What you do in front of my eyes or behind my back, because that's how I feel about my person. That's how I feel about love. Like looking out for you and considering me in every single little thing you do, say, should I say that? Should I do this? Or maybe I should talk to her about it first. I think consideration is the highest form of love, and you're not very considerate if you don't understand what I just said. Okay, moving on. Okay, this one sounds a little poetic, a little like a podcast episode, but this is my last one that I feel like kind of relates, that I've experienced in relationships and getting to know men for short or long periods of time. I think trust is a conscious continuous choice in relationships, no matter how long that you are in them. And that is why I feel like it's so important for you to stay with someone who is open minded to your concerns and your low moments and your anxieties and your overthinking. Because I think it was in like my Never Have I Ever how I talked about how I'm like, I feel like you should go through phones. Okay, I've never been like someone who like, oh, I need to go through it every day, every other day, every time I see him. Because I feel like if I would feel that crazy, it's probably because he's doing something I feel like I need to check. Okay. But it would throw me off if I asked to look and they're like, no, why? Because I don't care. Like my exes would have my passwords and they would look, like I said, how you speak about them, look out for them in public or private, they shouldn't find anything crazy. You flirting, you blah blah blah. Like I've never had a problem again with someone doing that or not. And I know how some people think it's crazy for like years in. They were like, why would you still want to check years in? Or why would you still like kind of look or have moments years in? And again, because I feel like trust is like a continuous thing. Like I said, these people will switch up. These men will switch up, have whole families, leave them postpartum while you're like, and I, again, maybe it's because I've never felt that way where I'm just with someone and I'm like, oh, I know it's safe here. But I feel like even sometimes when you feel safe, you're still going to have moments of insecurity and like, oh, if we could talk about this one more time or if I could look at this one more time, it would just make me feel better. And I feel like so many more people in relationships, I mean, I'm a straight woman who dates men, so that's how a lot of men have made me feel. But I feel like on both sides should be more open to that. As to like, it's not an attack on you, it's not an attack on your character. It's like, and it's also is about how you come about it. If you're coming at it aggressive, accusing, I could see why someone would pull back a little bit. But I've came at people both ways. Okay, aggressive, accusatory. I learned that was like when I was really younger. But also, again, it's like you be feeling that like that when people are making you feel like that because I was with a liar. So of course I was always on edge. But even like when you're in a safe space, when you're hearing like if we could just talk about this or I could look at this, I don't think I'm gonna find anything, but it would make me feel better, like it would make me rest so we could talk about it. I'm like, I feel like no matter you're with someone for 10 years, 2 years, 2 months, that should be fine, you know? And you should be able to say how you want to say it too. I feel like pride and ego crushes so many relationships. And I'm not saying like I'm immune. I've never got uptight about everything. I've never blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it is really hard to find someone else in my experience who understands that or at least acts like they understand that at the beginning and then they switch up. And yeah, I just feel like we should knock those walls and knock that pride down a lot more if you guys are really searching for someone. Like I feel like a lot of people want a relationship, but they don't want a relationship. Is it clicking to you? Anyways, guys, do you like my opinions? I feel like sometimes I feel like I run out of ideas because I think I have 10 unpopular opinions videos at this time. So I feel like it was kind of cool to focus on a topic. And in closing, thank you guys so much for watching another video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.